Hey guys, Zakk here from MixChecks.com. Welcome back to this gospel mixing course. Today we are going to be working specifically on the kick drum. I'm a big fan of mixing the drums first. I'm a drummer. I just love mixing drums and dialing in all the different snare sounds, kick sounds, tom sounds, and all that stuff. So we are starting on the drums and we are starting with the kick drum. So let's jump in. Okay, ready to jump into the kick drum. Always start with that. I'm also just going to start by sending my drums to the drum bus. Just so I have that ready to go. And, all right, so let's see what the kick drum is doing. Would help if I didn't. All right. Okay. So if you've seen my other videos, you know what I always do with the kick drum is duplicate. And then this one will be the sub kick. We're going to copy this. What in the world? Okay, maybe that's what I did way back when I was typing the tracks, and I definitely screwed up some stuff. Okay, so pointer tool back to normal now. Right. And then I've also been doing this thing lately where if I need to blend in a sample, instead of just putting slate trigger on that track and then fiddling with the mix knob, I just also make a new track and then just put it at 100%, and then I can blend it in with the fader instead. So we're going to call this kick sample in case we need it. I'm going to mute it for now. And so for our sub kick track, all we got to do is put this just going to put a notch right where I want it to hit, which is at 50 hertz. Even high pass that a little bit if we want. And then, boom, that is where I want my kick, the sub kick to hit, is at 50 hertz. And then before we get into a lot of this stuff, also what I want to do is I want to put, okay, so since I'm going to have to probably adjust a lot of the stereo nature of a lot of these tracks, they're all sent in as stereo, but I'm not thinking that they're all actually going to be stereo. I'm not going to put my SSL channel strip across everything yet. I'm going to wait till I figure out if it's mono or stereo, and then I'll click the mono button in Logic, and then I'll put my channel strip on. So normally I would just go here, put the, where is it? My Plugin Alliance SSL 4000E on every single track. But like I said, I'm just going to go one by one as I'm mixing, since some things are in stereo and I don't think they should be. So for this one, I'm just going to put it on First thing I do is I'm going to turn this V gain down, and that adds a lot of noise, and I'm just turning the noise off basically. And also on this V gain all, you can set that to be down -30 on all across all the tracks that you end up putting on. So I'm doing that as well. And so I'm just going to leave this as is though, just for the little character that it adds. And then my sub kick is just going to be compressed crazy hard because I want that low end to be nice and consistent. So actually, even before I compress it, let me see if this gate will do what I want it to do. Okay. And then since this is a sub instrument, I'm going to leave it, put the attack up a little bit. We can still have a fast release. I'm going to raise the ratio way up. And then just smash it to keep it nice and consistent. You don't want any of your low-end instruments like kick or bass being all over the place, because then it'll make your mix all over the place. The kick and the bass are the foundation for your mix, so you really don't want those to be loosey-goosey, which is why you can lock them down with a compressor. You know, the bleed's really not terrible. I'm not sure if I'm actually doing anything good with this expander, so let's just leave it off for now and see what we can get. Okay, so did you hear cutting at 242? There was that like knocky whoop whoop sound, and whenever I just pulled 15 dB out of that on this SSL, and Now it's a nice sounding kick. So that's what I was trying to get rid of, was that woofy, knocky, I don't know which words I'm using to accurately describe it, but it was just, here, let me, it was the kind of the ring of the kick drum and maybe even the ring of some of the toms that were in there, but now it's gone with that added, 15 dB of attack shelf at 8K. And then we can also compress it a little. And then what we're going to do with our top kick sound is just high pass it. Okay, so now we got a somewhat decent sounding kick just with the natural kick, and I'm just going to add in a sample to kind of beef it up even more. So we're going to whip out our Stevens slate. Turn up the input a little bit to get it to where it's triggering. We're going to go through our browser. Let's just pull one of these kicks and see what it sounds like. See, I kind of like that one. That was just a lucky guess. I really didn't know that one was going to work, but the green kick Z1. Okay, so let's add in our plugin Alliance SSL. Turn the gate off because we really don't need it on 100% sample. And then I'm actually going to high pass this one too, just so it's not interfering. Turn our V-gain off and boom. Okay, so we kind of have something to work with now. We have a mixed kick. It still might need adjustments as we bring in more instruments, but it is at least mixed somewhat to a good point now. So I'm going to now move on to the snare, and let's get our kick snare balance, and I will see you in the next video.